Hi. Gorgeous day outside. It seems a shame to shut it out, but it's such a glare if I do, so I can't really win. Anyway, it's the 15th of September, so time for my mid-month wrap-up. And I've only read 6 books this first half of the month. I started off with this one from the book along list, Prophet Song by Paul Lynch. And this is a book with, I'd say, no joy, no laughter. It's set in Ireland when the right are in charge, and if you are against the right, then you disappear. Eilish's husband is a trade unionist, and he disappears, leaving Eilish and her 4 children. And she has to manage to keep the family together. She's also got a father who is early onset dementia, sort of, that she's looking after. She is trying to keep the family together, but then you've got civil war, you've got no power, no water, no food. It's harrowing and violent, but this is not a million miles away from where we are today. That's what it feels like. It feels like we are just inches away from something like this that could happen. And he set it in Ireland, so I think this is what he's saying, that everything is just that, you know, it could, if this story happens in Ireland, then these events could happen anywhere. Nowhere is safe. I think this has got the potential to win. It's not a book that you read and think, oh wow, I've really enjoyed that, but it's a book that stays with you. It does. The next one I read was an arc that comes out on the 12th of October, and it's The North Light by Hideo Yokoyama, and it's a mystery novel. It's translated from the Japanese, and you've got a family that's disappeared. Aoshi has built a house. He was asked to build a house by this family, and this house has won. It's featured in the top 200 houses in Japan, and he hears that the family never actually moved in. So when he goes, the house is totally empty, apart from one chair that looks out on this picture window that catches the north light. And this is the mystery. He tries to find out. This family commissioned this house from him, so why didn't they move in? And where are they? Because he can't get hold of them. He cannot find them. You've got his ex-wife, you've got his daughter, you've got his boss, you've got co-workers, you've got lots of different people in the story. There's lots of layers. You've also got a competition to build a monument to a late female artist that Aoshi and the firm he works for are involved in trying to win. You've also got a connection to Bruno Taut, who's an architect who lived in Japan prior to World War II. And it's not a mystery with sort of dramatic events, but it's a mystery that slowly unfolds. And you've got the human dramas playing out as well. And I found the ending very satisfying. Then I moved on to another from the book along list, and this was All the Little Bird Hearts by Viktoria Lloyd-Barlow. And this one features Sunday, who is autistic. She's divorced and lives with her 16-year-old daughter. She only eats white food at times. She is obsessed with etiquette. She's got this etiquette book that she refers to all the time because that is the way to behave. And she's full of Sicilian folklore as well. Her 16-year-old daughter Dolly does find her mum boring at times. She takes fun, mocks her mum at times. And then they have new neighbours, Vita and Rollo. And Vita is pretentious. She's full of affectation. She's almost larger than life. And she develops this friendship with Sunday. And Sunday, for the first time, she begins to feel accepted. Her mother never accepted her. Her mother never even liked her. But now she feels that Vita accepts her. But there's ulterior motives. And you might like Vita at the beginning. I liked Vita in the beginning, but she is awful. Oh, so awful. I listened to this one on audio, and the repetition is almost lyrical at times. The way that Sunday repeats phrases because she likes the sound of them, or she hears somebody say something and so she repeats it in her mind so that she can get the intonation right and stuff like that. And yeah, I enjoyed that one. That was a nice read. Then I moved on to another arc, and it's another Japanese translation, and it comes out on the 12th of October, and it's called The Goodbye Cat by Hiro Arikawa. This author wrote The Travelling Cat Chronicles, which I haven't yet read, but I've heard wonderful things about. And these are short stories, 7 short stories, about abandoned, rescued cats. There were short stories, but I have a problem sometimes with short stories. I never feel that there's enough in there to engage me with the characters, and I didn't feel there was in this one. The final 2 stories I sort of liked, but this is the first time that I've actually been a little disappointed with one of these Japanese translations. I went into it because I thought cats, it's going to be a win-win, but it wasn't so much this one. Then I read another from the book along list, and this was the big chunky beasting, 650 pages. Set in Ireland. You've got the Barnes family who are in meltdown because Dickie, the dad, his car dealership that's owned by his father, is just failed. So his response is to go off into the woods to build a bunker. His wife Imelda, the town beauty, she is one of these women who cannot go shopping without buying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, She is now forced to having to sell some of her belongings. The daughter Cass, she's waiting for her exam results to see whether she can go to Trinity in Dublin. She starts drinking. And the younger son, 12-year-old PJ, he is being hounded by one of the bullies at school because the bully says that, PJ's dad, Dickie, defrauded his mum. So he wants that PJ to give him the money or he's going to batter him with a hammer. The first half of the book, you've got almost a chapter on each of the characters, so you get to know them. You get to know their stories and why they are in the place they are now, because the blurb says, what was the event that caused this family to go down? Was it a car crash? Was it a bee sting? What was it that caused this family to go into meltdown? Then you get a section where the chapters are shorter, but it's suddenly we've switched into second person. And then the final 100 or so pages, wow, you get the attention, you get action speeding up, and it's getting faster and faster and faster and faster, and you can't put it down. You have to keep turning. And as for the ending, you tell me what you think. You tell me what you think of the ending, because I'm not going to tell you what I think. And the final book I read was comes out on the 18th of October, and it's called The Possessed. It's another Fitzcarraldo edition, and it's by, excuse the pronunciation, Witold Gombrowicz, I think it is, and it's translated by Antonia Lloyd-Jones, who translated Drive Your Plough Over the Bones of the Dead. It's a gothic novel, but it's firmly got its tongue in its cheek. You've got all the familiar tropes. You've got the Mad Prince, you've got the haunted castle, you've got You've even got a locked room murder. It's got everything, but there is a sort of tongue-in-cheek element as well. There is intrigue. It is serious at times, but there is this other element to it. You've got Maya, who's a tennis coach. Who's a promising tennis player. Her mother is forced to taking boarders now. You've got Leszczuk, I think that's how you say it. He's a tennis coach, and those two form a bond, which is a love-hate. Violent love, violent hate type thing. Maya's fiance is secretary to the Mad Prince, but is plotting against him. You've got a devoted manservant to the prince. You've got an art professor. And you've got this haunted kitchen in this castle. And a quivering towel. That is the thing. So those were the 6 that I read this time. First half of this month. My favourite one of them was actually All the Little Bird Hearts by Viktoria Lloyd-Barlow. I loved the character of Sunday, and I got so angry on her behalf. I adored her. She's somebody I'd like to live next door to. So that is the first half of the month. I'll come back soon because I want to talk about the books that I think will be on the Booker shortlist, or the ones that I hope to see on the Booker shortlist. So happy reading. Take care.